is no doubt that animal experimentation saves lives, but the creation of a human-pig hybrid is unnatural and would be harmful to the intelligent creatures pigs have proven to be. In a scientific journal written by Lori Marino and Christina Colvin, it was proven that pigs have high cognitive senses, even higher than those of dogs and chimpanzees. Pigs are social creatures that are shown to be intelligent, aware, emotional, and sophisticated beings.
Okay, Mudslinger, are you prepared? Here we go. I want to see you put it in and out, put it in the goal. If you notice, he doesn't dribble with his hoof, he uses his snout. I hope he has a nose for the goal today. Shoot it.
You can do it!
The use of animals for human organ transplant is the intentional creation and murder of a living organism and is a potential health risk to the donor. The creation of the human-pig hybrid, which has been named a chimera, is a product of an intense process where human cells are inserted inside of the embryo of a cell. It is a breakthrough that has defied the laws of nature and the point where scientists have gone too far. In a CNN interview by Susan Scuti with the doctors working on the chimera, it was mentioned that the study is solely funded by private donors, not the U.S. government or the U.S. National Institute of Health, over ethical concerns. Evolution has already taken its course in separating the two species, and nature has made sure that no interbreeding or mixing of species is ever fertile. Dr. Jun, who has been working with the embryos, says the larger the evolutionary distance, the more difficult for the two to mix. Therefore, it will take years before anything for transplantation is available. Additionally, this possesses a great health risk to humans. Rejection happens even in human-to-human transplants. According to the National Kidney Foundation, 20% of transplants are rejected. This percentage can increase due to the fact that the cells in the organ are not completely human. There are numerous amounts of diseases that have been known to come from a mix of bacteria from two species. In this article published by Independent column, Matt Chorley addresses the disease that target pigs. Pigs can pass on zoonotic diseases to humans, which can include the skin condition erysipeloid and the bacterium Streptococcus suis, which can lead to illness including meningitis and deafness in humans. New diseases can also be created, for example, the swine flu pandemic that originated in pigs and was passed down to humans. Carrie Gann from the ABC News Medical Unit says that, according to new estimates from researchers at the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the virus probably killed between 105,700 and 400,000 people around the world in its first year alone, and an additional 46,000 to 179,000 people likely died of cardiovascular complications from the virus. There has been instances where thousands of food have been discarded after they have been sold for human consumption due to E. coli or Salmonella. Organs are not so easily discarded if they were to somehow develop a deadly bacteria. In an interview with Pablo Ross at University of California, who is leading the research in the chimera, Michael Lee Page asks, if the experiment is a success, will this provide an unlimited amount of organs? To which Ross answers, yes. The mass creation of pigs would not be unlike a puppy mill, which many oppose to. Pigs, being the intelligent animals they are, will be aware of what is happening with no way to stop it. This can lead to psychological breaks and the sow being used until it cannot give birth anymore. There are alternatives to using pigs for human organ growth. For example, in a scientific article by Alexandra Osola, she cites, researchers have been working to create synthetic organs from patients' own cells. Now, a team of scientists from Massachusetts General Hospital and Harvard Medical School have gotten one step closer, using adult skin cells to regenerate functional human heart tissue. In an NPR interview, Dr. Anthony Atala and Dr. Stephen Badilag mentioned they have already made prototype kidneys in the lab and hope to make different organs as well. Body parts such as an ear have also been created from stem cells and scaffold molds. This only proves that efforts should be spent in the research and experimentation of creating brand new organs like they have with body parts instead of invading the body of another living organism. By creating the chimera in hopes of using it for human transplant, scientists are thinking of all the similarities between the human species and that of the pig for physiological compatibility, while ignoring moral similarities. What scientists are doing is creating life whose sole purpose is to be taken from its mother and murdered in an attempt to keep others alive. Winston Churchill reportedly said, "Cats look down on you, dogs look up to you, but pigs look you in the eye as equals." This is well said due to the close to human intelligence pigs possess. Therefore, the line where humans consider an organism as living, breathing, and close enough to human that it needs our protection needs to be drawn sooner rather than later.